The fastest cars of 1966 you ever knew about.
Excitement at a gymkhana begins with the Mustang GT, the Fairlane GTA, the Ford 7-liter.
The 1960s were the golden age of muscle cars, a time when American automakers pushed performance to the limit. If you love raw power, aggressive styling, and mind-blowing speed, you're in for a treat. In this video, we're counting down the fastest 60s cars that ruled the streets and the Strip. From legendary big block monsters to high-revving small block screamers, these machines defined an era. Whether you're a die-hard enthusiast or just discovering these beasts, you won't want to miss this list of the quickest 60s cars ever built. Don't forget to like, share, and follow Muscle Car Masters to stay up to date with the latest and greatest info about American muscle cars. Ford Fairlane GTA 390. Let's kick things off with the first one, the 1966 Ford Fairlane GTA 390, a muscle car that packed serious heat under the hood. Powering this beast was a 390 cubic inch V8 from Ford's legendary FE series, cranking out a brutal 427 pound-feet of torque. That kind of muscle meant instant acceleration, pinning you to the seat when you stomped on the gas. Back in '66, this machine had a price tag of around $3 grand, a steal for the performance it delivered. On the drag strip, it could rip through the quarter mile in about 14.5 seconds, topping 100 miles per hour with ease. Ford built only 37,000 units, making it a special find for enthusiasts. One of its standout features? The Sport Shift shifter, which let drivers toggle between automatic and manual modes. A dream for anyone who wanted the thrill of control without sacrificing convenience. While it may not have been the absolute king of speed in the 60s, the Fairlane GTA 390 was a true sleeper, blending muscle and style in one powerful package. Mercury Comet Cyclone GT390. Next up is the 1966 Mercury Comet Cyclone GT390, a muscle car that proved Mercury wasn't just about luxury. It could pack a serious punch, too. With only 13,812 units rolling off the assembly line, this two-door hardtop coupe had a starting price of $2,891, making it an appealing choice for gearheads who wanted performance with a touch of style. At its heart was Ford's FE Series 390 cubic inch with 6.4-liter big block V8, tuned to unleash 335 horsepower, giving it a slight edge over its corporate cousin, the Fairlane GTA 390. Thanks to its lighter build and sportier suspension, the Comet Cyclone GT had better weight distribution, translating to quicker acceleration. Car and Driver tested it back in the day and clocked it running the quarter mile in the mid-14s, proving it was more than just a looker. It had serious speed. If the design seems familiar, that's because it shares a lot with the Fairlane. But Mercury gave the Cyclone GT a bit more flair, with unique badging, bucket seats, and an aggressive stance that made it stand out. In 1966, this car represented the perfect mix of power, style, and exclusivity, cementing its place in muscle car history. Buick Grand Sport 401. The 1966 Buick Grand Sport 401 was a true blend of muscle and luxury. Powered by Buick's iconic 401 cubic inch with 6.6-liter nailhead V8, the engine was known for its unique vertical valves, earning it the nailhead moniker. What truly set it apart, however, was its remarkable 445 pound-feet of torque, which provided effortless power, making the Grand Sport an ideal highway cruiser. Buick even dubbed the engine Wildcat 445, emphasizing the torque figure rather than the displacement, a distinctive touch that added to its allure. With a price tag of around $3,500, the Grand Sport offered the best of both worlds, a muscle car that didn't sacrifice comfort for speed. It may not have been a top contender on the drag strip, with a quarter-mile time of 14.7 seconds and a top speed of 105 miles per hour, but it had more than enough power to compete. With only 13,800 units produced in 1966, it remains a rare find today. Chevrolet Malibu SS 396. The 1966 Chevrolet Malibu SS 396 was a game-changer for Chevrolet, signaling their full commitment to the muscle car market. Priced at $2,900, it was a direct challenge to the likes of Ford and Chrysler. Beneath the hood, it carried a 396 cubic inch with 6.5-liter V8 engine, available in two performance versions, a 325-horse base model and the 360-horse high-performance version. The latter variant pushed out an impressive 410 pound-feet of torque, enabling the Malibu SS 396 to run the quarter mile in just 14.2 seconds and hit a top speed of 110 miles per hour. This was competitive at the time, making it a formidable contender against other muscle cars. What set the Malibu SS 396 apart was its combination of raw power and refined style. Sporting Chevrolet's timeless design with sleek, aggressive lines and a bold front end, the Malibu SS 396 was as striking standing still as it was speeding down the road. Only 5,400 units of the Malibu SS 396 were produced, making it a rare piece of American muscle car history. A great testament to its legacy, Motor Trend recorded that the SS 396 had no trouble keeping pace with heavyweights like the Pontiac GTO, cementing its place as one of the finest muscle cars of its era. Shelby GT350. The 1966 Shelby GT350 Supercharged is a standout in the world of muscle cars, transforming the Mustang from a fan-favorite pony car to a full-on powerhouse. While the Mustang debuted in 1964, it wasn't until Carroll Shelby worked his magic that the Mustang truly embodied muscle car performance. By 1965, Shelby had already modified the Mustang to create a racing and street car hybrid. But the 1966 Shelby GT350 was a whole new beast. This version took things up a notch, offering the option of a Paxton supercharger, which boosted the 289 cubic inch with 4.7-liter Hypo V8 to an impressive 440 horsepower. The Paxton supercharger upgrade wasn't cheap, though $479 back in '66, which would be around $4,500 today. But for the rare few who opted for it, the payoff was substantial. Only 11 factory-built supercharged GT350s were made, making them true collector's items today. According to Car Life magazine, the supercharged version hit the quarter mile in 14 seconds and could reach a top speed of 92 miles per hour, proving that Shelby's creation was just as quick on the track as it was on the streets. Dodge Dart Superstock 273. Next up is the 1966 Dodge Dart Superstock 273, a muscle car built with one purpose in mind: drag racing dominance. Dodge took its compact Dart model and transformed it into a stripped-down, bare-bones race machine, focusing solely on performance. At the heart of the Dart Superstock was the 273 cubic inch small block V8 engine, which churned out around 275 pound-feet of torque, giving it the grunt needed to launch off the starting line. But the real magic happened with Dodge's radical approach to weight saving. They used lightweight materials like fiberglass for the body panels and removed all the non-essentials, including the heater, radio, and even the rear seats, to keep the car as light as possible. The results were extraordinary. With the stripped interior and minimalist design, the Dart became one of the lightest muscle cars on the market, and that translated to impressive speed. In optimal conditions, the Dart Super Stock 273 could run the quarter-mile in under 12 seconds, a jaw-dropping feat for the era. It could also top out at around 110 miles per hour, proving it wasn't just about acceleration, but top-end performance as well. Dodge only produced 50 units of this special order model, and it wasn't even street legal, purely a drag racing machine. Ford 427 Fairlane. Here's the 1966 Ford 427 Fairlane, a muscle car that took performance to the extreme. Powered by the monstrous 427 cubic inch V8 engine, which was initially developed for NASCAR, this Fairlane was built to race. The 427 engine delivered around 480 pound-feet of torque, giving the Fairlane lightning-fast acceleration and the ability to run the quarter-mile in just under 13 seconds, with a top speed well over 120 miles per hour. This was a car that could leave the competition in the dust, both on the street and the track. At $3,800 in 1966, the 427 Fairlane was no small investment, but for serious car enthusiasts, it was worth every penny. However, with only 57 units produced with the 427 engine option, this was a rare beast, making it a prized possession for collectors today. Ford wasn't concerned with creature comforts or extra features for this model. It was all about performance, pure, unfiltered power. With a no-frills design, the 427 Fairlane catered to serious racing enthusiasts who wanted a car that could dominate the track. Plymouth HEMI Satellite. The 1966 Plymouth HEMI Satellite is one muscle car that truly brought the heat. Under its hood was the iconic 426 cubic inch HEMI V8, a beast originally developed for NASCAR and known for its enormous power. Pushing out an impressive 425 horsepower, this engine earned the nickname Elephant due to its sheer size and force. Plymouth aimed this model at younger buyers, offering a stylish yet aggressive option for those looking for speed. With that HEMI engine, the Satellite didn't disappoint. Car and Driver magazine tested it and clocked it running the quarter-mile in 13.8 seconds at 103.8 miles per hour. Serious numbers for a car of its time. The power, combined with the car's sleek and bold design, made it a standout in the muscle car market. Plymouth knew exactly what they were doing with the HEMI Satellite. It was a raw, no-compromise machine designed to impress on the strip, and it quickly earned respect as a serious competitor among the top muscle cars of the 1960s. Oldsmobile 442 W30. The 1966 Oldsmobile 442 W30 was Oldsmobile's bold statement to the muscle car world, taking on heavyweights like the Pontiac GTO. Originally based on the Cutlass, by '66, the 442 was a serious competitor in the muscle car game, powered by the 400 cubic inch rocket V8 engine. Oldsmobile offered two versions of this engine, but the W30 package was the crown jewel. It featured a number of special upgrades like modified cylinder heads, a high-performance camshaft, and a unique induction system that helped unlock the engine's full potential. Officially rated at 360 horsepower, the W30 was known to exceed expectations, with the CarCraft magazine test showing it hit a 13.8-second quarter-mile at 105.2 miles per hour, outpacing many of its contemporaries, including some Pontiac GTOs. The W30's combination of aggressive tuning and air induction system made it one of the fastest production muscle cars of 1966. It wasn't just about numbers. This car was built to perform and made an instant impact, proving Oldsmobile could hold its own in the muscle car arena. Pontiac GTO 389 Tri-Power. The 1966 Pontiac GTO 389 Tri-Power played a pivotal role in cementing the GTO's status as a true pioneer of the muscle car era. By 1966, the GTO had evolved from a trim package on the Pontiac Le Mans into a standalone model, now built on the A-body platform, which gave it a more aggressive look and performance-oriented stance. The styling received an upgrade with a sleek plastic grille, while strato bucket seats were offered to bring in a touch of modern sophistication, setting it apart from the competition in both design and comfort. Under the hood, the 1966 GTO carried the legendary 389 cubic inch with 6.4-liter V8. However, the Tri-Power setup, which featured 3 carburetors, was the real star of the show, cranking out a solid 360 horsepower. Although the Tri-Power wasn't significantly different from the previous year's setup, it still delivered strong performance, with a quarter-mile time of approximately 14.5 seconds. Even though the GTO's dominance began to fade slightly in the rankings, it remained a formidable contender in the highly competitive muscle car market of the mid-1960s. The fastest 60s cars showcased a blend of raw power, innovative design, and cutting-edge performance. From the quickest 60s cars like the Shelby GT350, supercharged, to the Pontiac GTO 389 Tri-Power, each of these muscle machines left a lasting impact on the automotive world. If you want to experience the power and speed of these iconic 1966 models, watch this now. These cars weren't just about speed. They defined an era and set the standard for future performance cars. So, which one would you drive? Let us know in the comments.